Hello everybody and welcome to another Let's Play here on GTA World. I've had a busy week, so I've hardly had time to play it all. So we are actually at a very different station than what we were. So Mission Row Station is undergoing construction, and they're going to come out with a new Mission Row Station that they have in the works. They're going to release that and put it where Mission Row currently is. So in the meantime, we're at the Rockford Hill Station, which I was never inside of before, so quite frankly, it is quite confusing in there for me. I felt a little lost. I know at least where the processing room is and all of that stuff, so that's about it as far as where I know things are inside the station and the evidence locker. That's about all I need. I'll just drive around here on the other side so that way you guys can see where things are a little bit here. So this is the Rockford Hill Station right over here. I see they finally fixed it on the map. I was driving around the other day, and I was like, and I went over to, what station is? I went over to this station over here, and I was like, this doesn't look like a Rockford Hill station. And then I'm like, okay, it's over here. So it took me a while to find it when they moved the station. I had no idea they were going to do it. And then I was like, okay, so this is where the station is. It's not a bad station. It's not meant to be an upgrade by any means, so let's get that clear. But anyways, it'll do the job for now until the new Mission Row Division Station is released. So we're out rolling out as 2 Tom 15 today, as we normally do. That's our normal number that we like to roll as. They had a property alarm go off as soon as I got on duty there and started recording. But yeah, I hope everyone's had a good week so far. Hopefully we have a fun Let's Play. Right now they have a graduation ceremony going on for...
Rank 14, we're in pursuit of one of those motorbikes. We'll take it to TAC 1, back up your units here, brother.
Channel switch.
It's in the construction site, Calais Avenue, in Little Seoul. Motherfucker.
He's coming out on the other side from right. What we see myself. Oh, I got him again.
Channel.
He's coming back out to the exit. He's out, and we're going westbound in Windsor Circus.
User left your channel.
We're going southwest, Parliament Avenue, crossing by the clothing store. Suspect is slowing down and taking a turn Prosperity Street to northwest into the canals, and I'm not going to be able to follow him here. He's going through the canals, continuing south towards Magellan in Bay City. He took a eastbound turn on Bay City, southbound turn. Lost VC.
User joined your channel.
Alright, 40k now, we can go ahead and clear tag 1 refer to
User left your channel. Channel switched.
Alright, they're going to put up a crime broadcast. Left bike suspected to be involved in the last property alarm. So as I was about to say, they got a graduation ceremony going on at the moment for all the new cadets or whatever that made it through the interview stage and all that fun jazz. So congrats to them. I don't even know how long the probationary phase is, or the training phase. I believe it's still 2 months that they had, or at least 1 month that they have to stay as a police officer 1 minimum, and then they can move up to police officer 2 after that. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong, because like I said, it's been years and years since I've really paid attention to it. Be interested what the crime broadcast is. Said there was 2 bikes that were taken off, so that obviously would have been one of them without even questioning it. Like I said, rolling as our usual 2 Tom 15 unit, needs to get washed. Whoever put it back last is fired. Took us south on Bay City. That's not the bike there. We drove past that one on our way here. So, a little over 440 players online at the moment. And I gotta say, I am very glad I'm not a police officer 1. And the reason I say that is I would not have the time to be able to do it and get through it properly, because to be honest, there is a lot to learn. There really is a lot to learn as a police officer 1 on GTA World. And, oh, they had something going on here. We're gonna just turn it around, call it a day. But yeah, there is a lot to learn. And I would not have the time to dedicate to it myself now. Like I said, I joined when COVID was happening. And honestly, that was the only way I was able to get through it, because with COVID, all there was work and home. That was it. This is 2020, right? And that was like at the height of the shutdown. Everyone's home, nothing to do. Really, that was the only way I was able to make it through. If it wasn't for that, I would not have had a hope in hell of making it through the whole police officer 1 stage. You just have to dedicate a lot of time to it. Some people might be better at it than others, may be able to dedicate less time, but honestly, you need to be active in learning, because there is a lot to learn. Like, just even on the commands aspect alone, there's a lot to memorize. And even today, some of us, myself included, still screw up with some of the commands and whatnot. So we're going to get this car washed. Going to get this paid for. Or, well, the government will pay for it. I must bankrupt the government with how many times I wash this car, but that's fine. But yeah, like, nowadays I just would not have the time to dedicate to the P1 role. Back then it was like a checklist, and I don't know how it rules now, the police officer 1 thing. But, oh, I should clear myself from the tack. The police officer 1 thing, but when I did it, you had literally 80 different things you had to get check marked off within 1 month, basically, or 1 or 2 months back then. And you had 3 different evaluation patrols too, like you had the 1st stage, 2nd stage, and 3rd stage. So it's a little wild, definitely a bit intimidating, I would say, back then. So I'm glad I don't have to go through it anymore. Looks like the traffic cop had a fun one yesterday. I was hoping to get home in time for it. What they did is they put it on undercover unit in plain clothes walking across a crosswalk, and anytime anyone barreled on through and failed to yield to them, they got them pulled over. So I'm sure they had a fun time. I was hoping to get there for that, but unfortunately I was not able to. But definitely sounds like it was fun. It looks like they plan on doing another one in April, hopefully, so hopefully I can get to that one. And that's the thing, these ops usually start at 7 p.m. in game, but just 4 p.m. in real life at work, and I'm at work 99% of the time, so by the time I get home, it's like an hour or 2 after it even starts, and they're either just wrapping up or did just wrap up. So it makes it a little tough on me that way. I also need to get gas in this thing. Man, this thing was used and abused, whoever used this last. They really are fired. Gas tank's still a half at least, so we won't use that much. I'll just have to remember to fill it up before I put it back next time. Should go line up somewhere and get ourselves a couple of traffic stops for this video. Not sure how the day's gonna go, but don't think there's a whole lot of units out on the road right now. Most of them are at the graduation ceremony. Well, we're here chilling, keeping these streets safe from traffic violators. That's what we do. Like I said, we got me and our old slick top. This is what I consider my ride. This is what I enjoy driving all the time, whenever I can. I don't mind taking the Mark 1, fully Mark 1 once in a while either, don't get me wrong, but this is my King Kong machine. So I'm just going to drive over to Mission Row. This guy didn't even slow down for the corner. Not yielding at any intersections. So probably new to the server and has no idea. Yes, he's probably newer, doesn't really know the rules about having to stop at the intersections and all that jazz. So, well, this will probably be an educational one. We're just going to look up his name here in the MDC is what I'm doing here in the background right now. Just going to look it up. Come on. Alright, I forgot to open it before I started the Let's Play, so my bad. Also, my car in real life, it looks like Ford is starting to come out with battery replacements slowly but surely. I called my Ford dealer. They said for them it still shows as to disable the charging, but when I open up Carfax or open up the recall itself, it says for the battery parts are available, so I don't know what's going on, so I might end up calling Ford corporate. Uh-oh. Their license is suspended. Oh, they're already there. That works. Oh. He's already been arrested for evading and vehicular endangerment just on the 25th. This is where it's going to get spicy. I just lied. I said I didn't ask for backup. All right. All right. Alright. This should be pretty easy. Holy shit!
Two top 40, we're gonna have a full pursuit in
Jesus
TAC 1, give me
Christ.
back up. Traveling
Switch.
eastbound on Power Street, suspect's gonna be a female in black with black shirt and black,
User joined your channel.
black soak pants, sorry, I couldn't figure the name. It's we're gonna be now northbound heading up Howard Avenue, coming out on Howard Avenue now, just, parallel to Power Street. Now heading west towards Power Street, crossing over Howard at the moment. Still on foot, still heading west on Howard Avenue, now going up to Power Street, north of Power. Heading north up on Power, yep, you got them there. Heading cross over, back over Power, heading west towards the alleyway now. Still heading west for the alleyway. Heading towards Alta Place, west through the alleyway. Now onto Alta Place northbound. Northbound and Alta Place, heading up towards Spanish by the looks. Nope. Never mind, stand by. Oh, jeez, stopped.
Oops.
It was stationary. Gonna be stationary in Alta Place.
User in your channel timed out.
Alright, we have one in custody. That said, I think we can go ahead and clear. Thank you, everybody.
User left your channel.
I was not expecting that. I got pushed back, and then that was a wild one. I don't even know where she hit me, so I was kind of roleplay getting pushed back. It was weird. It's a little power gamey, but yeah. Alright. He's sniffing. Oh, Lord. Bringing the female officer over. Alright, she's in the back of the cruiser. Gonna get taken down to my car. Don't usually sit as the passenger. So anyway. I drove my car up. Alright. Yeah, I forgot I moved my car. It was a wild moment. Alright, we just had to get the keys off her to unlock it. Alright, now we're gonna head to the station. I gotta make sure I go to the right place so I don't get lost. So my game just crashed. Yeah, the Rockford Hill station is pretty buggy. It's a bit of a mess, to be honest, right now. I just find apparently quite a few people have been reporting crashes, and that's my second time. We'll see if she's back and get this roleplay back underway. So pro tip, if you're an officer watch this, whether it's SD or PD, make sure you tell your people what the charges are. Alright, she's been processed, so now I gotta do up to arrest report, and then we'll be back on patrol. Alright folks, we're finally back on patrol. So doing the arrest report process and all that can definitely take a long time, especially the way we gotta do up our arrest reports now. They definitely take a little bit longer, albeit that one wasn't too complicated. Thank God I was recording already because I was just able to use the evidence and put that in and made it a lot easier. So just turned that fat chat back off, or my game crashed, turned it back on. So it makes it a lot easier when you have your dash cam recorded with OBS or whatever, because you don't really have to type anything into that section. It definitely saves you a few minutes. The arrest reports do have to be quite detailed, so just for example, if they ever pled not guilty, then end up going to court in game or whatever. In this case, she pled guilty, so that won't be a problem by any means, but there are instances where they do plead not guilty and they will get contested. Luckily, I have not had that happen to me yet, and hopefully I don't, but man. Alright, he's showing up. Possibly as a warrant. Just gonna run it here. Alright, just seeing when this was. I typed in the wrong one. Non-compliant donut. Alright. We're getting back up here. Yeah, so code 7 means we're on break. Oh my. Get over there, unit. Let that car by and block it off.
To Lincoln 31, we've got vehicle pursuit on a blue van, requesting units, backup, airships, supplies, air tank.
What? I bet it's a different person. Oop. I can't type today, guys. I'm having a brain fart. She's already been stopped by SD. If this is a different person, they're just going to want to stop driving this truck. Well, we're still going to check a road just in case. We're on a checker route. She is in a wanted person's car, so...
report 415 the Sonora Wind Farm Trailer Park.
Alright. Jade is checking the car. This has been quite the Let's Play.
Citizens reporting damage to property at the Sonora Wind Farm Trailer Park.
This is still protocol, right? Like, unfortunately. She's no innocent person herself either. Holy sweet love of God. She's got involuntary manslaughter, vehicular endangerment, evading a peace officer, hit and run, battery of a peace officer, canine. So she's no clean person either. All right. All right, you guys. I hope you all enjoyed this Let's Play. It was certainly an interesting one with all the stuff going on. Thank you all so much for being here, and I will see you all for the next one. I apologize. I didn't realize what time it was. It's still at like 20 or 30 minutes or so. So we're gonna go help them out with the traffic thing here. So looks like they're gonna do the graduation ceremony. Probably they're gonna transport the cadets down to where they're supposed to go. We're gonna go help them out. All right, let's see what's going on. So you got one outro, and you're gonna get a second one today.
Citizens report damage to property on East Joshua Road in Mount Chiliad.
These are all our traffic gang, right here. Just figuring out the plan and see what we're gonna do. The cop.
Citizens report at 4:15 on East Joshua Road.
I just let them know so that way they don't have me do something where that way they don't expect me to be there for a couple hours, because I won't be able to. This sounds so confusing. What? What are they doing? This is just straight up trolling. That's what we deal with once in a while.
Citizens report at 4:15 on East Joshua Road. Citizens reporting damage to property on East Joshua Road in Mount Chiliad.
Yeah, so I do take a big bus with all the cadets on it. So I just learned something. So someone said one of them's at Mother's Day dinner and I almost had a heart attack thinking it was Mother's Day here, and I was like, wait a second, what? And but no, apparently the UK has a different day for Mother's Day than North America does. So that's kind of wild, actually. So they're figuring out their plan. I'm not really going to be part of it, unfortunately, just because I'm going to have to log off and go. But these guys sound like they're going to have some fun with this. At this point, though, folks, I am going to end the Let's Play for certain. Here comes Camilla Thompson. Haven't seen them in a while. Thank you all so much for tuning into this Let's Play. I hope you all enjoyed it so much, and see you all for the next one.